night sky was broken. Red fire burned across the horizon, and black smoke climbed high like fingers scratching the stars. The battlefield was silent now, but the silence was not peace. It was heavy, filled with broken machines, ruined buildings, and the smell of ash. Somewhere in this wasteland, one human soldier walked alone, his boots pressed against shattered glass and twisted metal. His rifle was heavy in his hands, but heavier still was the loneliness pressing on his heart. He had lost his unit during the chaos. Maybe they were alive, maybe not. In war, no one ever knew. He moved carefully, watching every shadow, because even the dark seemed ready to attack. Then he heard it. A sound, a whisper. It was not the voice of a soldier. It was not the call of a machine. It was soft, trembling, and strange. The soldier froze. His eyes searched the ruins. He raised his weapon. The whisper came again, clearer this time. "I have no mother anymore." His blood turned cold. The words were in human language, but broken, like someone who had learned it only yesterday. His finger tightened on the trigger. Then he saw a movement, a small shape hiding behind a fallen wall. Slowly, very slowly, it stepped out. It was not human. The figure was small, no taller than the soldier's chest. Its skin shimmered faintly under the moonlight, pale silver like polished stone. Its eyes were large, glowing softly, filled with tears. Its arms were thin, its voice fragile, like a child lost in the dark. The soldier's heart pounded. His orders had always been clear. Do not trust the enemy. Do not show mercy. Eliminate threats on sight. But this did not look like a threat. It looked like a child who had lost everything. The alien spoke again, voice shaking. "Human, will you hold me?" The soldier's breath caught in his throat. He did not lower his weapon, but his hands trembled. The alien looked straight into his eyes, as if searching for something. Not fear, not hate, but warmth. The ruins around them seemed to fade for a moment. Only those two remained, a broken soldier and a lost child from another world. His mind screamed no. His training screamed no, but something inside him whispered yes. He lowered the rifle slowly, carefully. "Come closer," he said, his voice hard but not cruel. The alien hesitated. It took one small step, then another. Its feet left faint prints in the ash. Finally, it stood before him, so close that he could hear its uneven breathing. Then it spoke once more. "Forever. Will you?" The soldier felt his chest tighten. He did not know why, but those words broke something inside him. He thought of his own family long gone. He thought of all the promises he had made and failed to keep. And yet here was this strange creature asking him for the simplest promise of all, not to leave it alone. He knelt down slowly, placing his rifle on the ground. He reached out, hesitating only for a moment, then gently pulled the alien child into his arms. The creature was light, almost too light, as if made of air and sorrow. "Forever," the soldier whispered. "I will." The alien closed its glowing eyes and pressed its face against his chest. For the first time in a long time, the soldier felt something other than fear. He felt needed. He felt human, but peace never lasted long in war. Far above, in the broken sky, sharp lights appeared, moving, searching, hunting. Enemy drones scanning the ground with cold red beams. The soldier stiffened. If they found him with this alien in his arms, he would be branded a traitor. His own people would turn against him. Yet, as the alien clung tighter, he knew he could not let go. He rose to his feet, child in his arms, and moved quickly into the shadows of the ruins. His heart thundered as the beam swept past, missing him by only inches. The air was alive with danger, and still the alien whispered softly, "Human, thank you." The soldier said nothing. His jaw was tight, his mind already racing. He had no plan, no allies, no escape route. But he had made a promise. And promises once spoken could not be broken. The ruins stretched endlessly ahead. The enemy searched above. His own people hunted somewhere beyond. And now, in his arms, was a secret that could change everything. The soldier's story had just begun. The soldier moved through the ruins with quick steps, the alien child pressed against his chest. The night air was sharp, filled with dust and smoke, and every shadow seemed alive with danger. Above, the red search beams from enemy drones cut across the broken city like blades of light. Each time the soldier saw one sweep close, he pressed his back against the wall, holding the child tighter. The alien clung to him with trembling arms. Its skin was cold, but its heart beat fast against his armor. The soldier could feel it, fear mixed with a strange trust. The creature should have been his enemy, yet it rested against him as if he was its only safe place in the universe. Human, the alien whispered, voice small, broken, but clear. Will you hold me? Will you stay? The soldier looked down. Its glowing eyes shone like twin stars in the dark. Something deep in his chest ached. Something he thought the war had burned away long ago. He remembered the order from his commander. All alien life must be treated as hostile. Do not interact. Do not touch. Kill if necessary, and here he was, breaking every rule, every law. He swallowed hard. His voice was low but steady. Yes, I'll stay. I won't let you go. The alien tilted its head as if studying him, as if it could see inside his soul. Then it asked softly, Forever? The soldier's throat tightened. Forever was a word he had not spoken in years. Nothing lasted forever in war. Not peace, not hope, not life. And yet looking at this fragile child, he wanted to believe. He wanted to promise. Yes, he said. Stronger this time. Forever I will. For a moment, the alien closed its eyes and leaned against his chest. A faint glow spread across its skin, as if his words had awakened something inside it. The soldier felt warmth where before there had only been cold. But the world did not allow peace. A sudden explosion shook the ground. A building not far away collapsed, sending dust into the air. Voices followed, shouts, commands, human voices. Soldiers were sweeping the area. His own people. If they saw him carrying the alien, they would not understand. They would not forgive. He pressed himself deeper into the shadows, his grip tightening on the child. His heart pounded. He had a choice. He could leave the alien here, walk away, and rejoin his unit. He could survive, but the thought burned inside him. The creature would be found alone, captured, or worse, and he had made a promise. He whispered fiercely, more to himself than to the child, I won't give you up. The alien stirred, lifting its head. They will hunt you, it said. I know, he replied. They will call you traitor. I know, he repeated. His voice was calm now, steady like steel. But I gave you my word. A soldier's word is the only thing worth keeping in this world. The alien blinked, tears in its glowing eyes. For the first time it tried to smile. A weak, broken smile, but a smile nonetheless. The soldier moved quickly, weaving through the ruins, keeping low as the beams of light swept closer. Every sound echoed, the crunch of rubble, the distant hum of machines, the heavy steps of patrols. Once a drone passed so close he could hear the buzz of its engines. He held his breath until it was gone. At last he slipped into the mouth of an underground tunnel, half hidden by fallen debris. Inside it was dark, damp, and cold. The air smelled of rust and earth. He set the child down gently on a stone, then crouched to catch his breath. His hands were shaking, but not from fear, from the weight of what he had just chosen. The alien watched him with wide, glowing eyes. Why? It asked softly. Why save me? I am not human. The soldier looked at the child for a long moment. Then he spoke, his voice low but firm. Because you asked me to. Because no one should be alone. Not even you. The alien lowered its head. My mother is gone. My world is gone. I thought I would fade too. Its voice trembled. But you said forever. The soldier reached out and placed a hand gently on its shoulder. Then forever it will be. I don't break promises. Silence filled the tunnel, but it was not an empty silence. It was alive, filled with trust, filled with something the soldier had not felt in years. Hope. Above them, the war raged on. Drones hunted. Soldiers marched. The enemy fleet gathered. But down in the tunnel in the darkness, a soldier and an alien child sat together, bound by a promise stronger than fear. The soldier closed his eyes for a moment, resting his head against the wall. His mind whispered questions he could not answer. Who was this child truly? Why did it glow? Why did it speak of forever, as if it knew something he did not? He opened his eyes again and looked at the child. Whatever the answers were, one thing was certain. His life had changed tonight, and nothing in the universe could turn it back. The alien leaned closer, whispering so softly he almost missed the words. Thank you. My forever human. The soldier did not smile, but inside a fire lit. A fire that no war could put out, and so the promise was sealed. The tunnel stretched into blackness, cold and endless. Drops of water fell from the ceiling, echoing like faint footsteps. The soldier walked carefully, his rifle in one hand, the alien child in the other. Every sound mattered. Every shadow could hide death. Behind them, the ruins shook with distant explosions. Above, human voices shouted orders, mixed with the metallic hum of drones. They were searching for him, for the child, for the secret he carried. The soldier's boots crunched against loose stone. He hated the noise, but there was no choice. The child clung to his side, glowing faintly in the dark. That glow gave comfort, but also danger. If anyone looked into this tunnel, they would see the light immediately. "Can you stop it?" he whispered. The child tilted its head, confused. "The glow," he said more firmly. "Hide it." The alien closed its eyes. For a moment, the light dimmed, flickered, then faded until only a faint shimmer remained. The soldier exhaled slowly. Darkness wrapped around them again. "Good," he said. "Keep it that way." They walked deeper. The air grew colder, heavier. Strange echoes whispered through the stone, like voices from another time. The soldier tightened his grip on the rifle. He had been through many battles, many horrors, but something about this place felt wrong. Then came the noise, a faint metallic click. The soldier froze. His instincts screamed danger. He raised his weapon, eyes narrowing at the shadows ahead. "Stay behind me," he ordered softly. The child obeyed, pressing close to his back. From the darkness ahead, lights appeared. Red, piercing, sharp. Not torches, not human eyes. Mechanical drones. At least 3 of them floating low, their sensors glowing. Their bodies were smooth, deadly machines built for one purpose: to hunt and kill. The soldier knew their speed, their weapons, their merciless design. The first drone scanned the tunnel with a red beam. It swept closer, closer, until the light almost touched him. The soldier pressed against the wall, his breath silent, his heart hammering like a drum. The child's hand gripped his arm tightly, trembling. The beam passed over rubble, over broken stone, then moved on. For a moment it seemed they were safe. Then the child coughed, a small, soft sound, but enough. The nearest drone froze, its sensors locked on. Red light turned brighter, sharper. An alarm screeched. The other drones spun toward the sound, their weapons glowing with deadly energy. "Run!" the soldier shouted. He grabbed the child and bolted down the tunnel. The drones fired. Red beams cut through stone, shattering walls, sending sparks raining down. Dust filled the air, choking his lungs. He ran faster, his boots slamming the ground, carrying both their lives in his arms. The tunnel twisted, split into 2 paths, left or right. No time. He chose right, trusting his instincts. The drones followed, their engines buzzing, weapons firing. Beams cut past his head, missing by inches. One struck the wall beside him, exploding rock into shards that ripped across his armor. Pain burned in his shoulder, but he did not stop. The child cried out, "They will not stop. They will kill you." "They'll have to catch me first," the soldier growled. The tunnel sloped downward. His breath came hard, his chest heavy but his legs pushed on. He stumbled, nearly fell, but kept going. He could not fail. Not now. Ahead, he saw a crack of faint light. An exit. Hope. But the drones were faster. One shot past him, blocking the path. Its weapon charged, humming with deadly energy. The soldier raised his rifle, firing burst after burst. Bullets sparked against the drone's armor. One round struck its sensor, shattering it. The machine screeched and spun wildly before crashing into the wall in flames. But 2 remained. He turned, still running, firing again. The recoil slammed into his shoulder. Another drone dodged, beams flashing back. One struck the ground near his feet, blasting stone into a deadly spray. A sharp edge tore across his leg. He stumbled but forced himself forward, dragging the child with him. The last drone was close now, too close. Its weapon charged again, aiming straight at his chest. The child suddenly screamed, a sound unlike any human cry. The glow from its skin burst into brilliant light, flooding the tunnel. The drone's sensors went blind, its systems shorting. It spun out of control, crashing against the ceiling and exploding into shards. Silence followed. The soldier gasped, chest heaving. His leg burned, his shoulder ached, but he was alive. They were alive. The child slumped against him, weak, trembling. "I cannot do that again," it whispered. The soldier lifted it into his arms. "You did enough," he said firmly. "You saved us." He carried the child toward the faint light ahead. Step after step he moved until at last they emerged into the open night. The ruins stretched before them again, wide and endless. Fires burned in the distance. Drones still patrolled the skies. But here, at least, they had escaped the dark. The soldier looked down at the child in his arms. "We can't stay here," he said. "They'll keep hunting. We have to keep moving." The child nodded weakly, its eyes still glowing faintly. Above them, thunder rolled, not from clouds but from ships. Enemy ships. More were arriving, filling the sky. The soldier's jaw tightened. His fight was only beginning, and the promise he had made was about to be tested. The night air was cold as the soldier carried the child through the ruins. Smoke drifted across the broken city, and fires burned like dying stars in the distance. His body ached from wounds, but he pushed forward. He had no map, no orders, only the promise he had made. The alien child was quiet now, resting against his chest. Its glow had faded after the tunnel escape, leaving only faint sparks across its skin. It breathed softly, but each breath seemed heavy, as if the weight of its life pressed down harder than its small body could carry. At last, the soldier found shelter in the shell of an old building. The roof was broken, the walls cracked, but it was hidden enough. He set the child down on a pile of cloth and rubble. For a moment, silence returned, broken only by the distant roar of ships above. Then the child spoke, voice trembling but clear. "Human. Do you know who I am?" The soldier shook his head. "No. All I know is that you need help. That's enough for me." The child lowered its eyes, sadness burning deep inside them. "It is not enough. You must know the truth. If you do not, you will die for me without reason." The soldier crouched beside it, resting his rifle across his knees. "Then tell me." The child drew a sharp breath as if gathering strength. Its hands shook. "Finally," it whispered. "My mother was the queen of my people." The words hung in the air like a knife. The soldier blinked, his chest tightening. He had heard of the alien queen, the ruler of the enemy, the mind that commanded fleets, the voice that declared war. She had been killed months ago in a great battle. Soldiers had celebrated her fall as victory, but none had known she had a child. "My mother is gone," the alien continued, tears forming. "Her fleet shattered, her empire broken. I am all that is left, the last heir." The soldier felt a chill run through him. He stared at the child, this fragile being, this small creature, and saw not just innocence, but danger. If the enemy found out, they would use the heir to rebuild their empire. If the humans found out, they would destroy the child to end the bloodline forever. "You carry more than your life," the soldier said slowly. "You carry war itself." The child nodded weakly. "Yes, that is why they hunt me. Not only your kind, but mine as well. To some I am hope. To others, I am a threat. But to me," its voice cracked, "to me, I am only a child who lost a mother." The soldier clenched his fists. He had expected an enemy. He had expected hatred. But what he saw was sorrow, loneliness deeper than any battlefield wound. "Why tell me this?" he asked quietly. "Because you promised," the child whispered. "Forever," you said. "And forever cannot be built on lies." The soldier sat back, his mind racing. His orders, his training, his loyalty to his people, all of it demanded he report this. To hide the heir of the enemy queen was treason. It was death. And yet, he looked at the child, glowing faintly, clutching at the broken cloth like it was the only thing keeping it alive. He remembered its words. "Will you hold me?" And his own answer, Forever I will. The silence grew heavy. Finally, the soldier spoke. I don't care whose child you are. Queen or beggar, ruler or orphan, it doesn't matter. I made a promise, and I'll keep it. The child's eyes widened, shining brighter with tears. Even if your people kill you for it? Yes, he said firmly. Even then. For the first time, the alien smiled, weak, trembling, but true. But peace did not last. Above, the thunder of ships grew louder. The soldier stepped outside the broken wall and looked up. The sky was alive with light, human ships and alien ships both, swarming like angry insects. The war was not slowing. It was building. He knew they would search harder now. Both sides would stop at nothing. Behind him, the child spoke again, softer this time. There is something else. Inside me. There is power. My mother gave it to me before she died. She said it would awaken when the time was right, that it could end the war, or destroy everything. The soldier turned, his chest tightening. Power. The child's glow, its strange cry in the tunnels. It all made sense now. This was no ordinary air. This child carried something far greater, something even it did not understand. You mean you're a weapon, he said. The alien lowered its head. Yes, a weapon and a key. My people wanted me to rule. Your people want me gone. But I only want to live. I only want to be held. The soldier walked back inside, kneeling before the child. He placed his hand gently on its shoulder, looking into its glowing eyes. Then live, he said, and I'll protect you. Whatever comes, whatever hunts us, I'll fight it. Because you are not a weapon to me. You are a promise. The child leaned forward, resting its head against his chest. Its glow warmed the dark room, soft and steady. Outside, war raged louder. Ships clashed. Beams tore the sky. But inside that broken shelter, a soldier and an alien heir sat together, bound not by blood or orders, but by a choice. A promise that had become stronger than fear. The soldier closed his eyes. He did not know what tomorrow would bring, but he knew one thing. Secrets had been revealed, and there was no turning back. And somewhere deep inside, the child's hidden power stirred again, waiting for the day it would awaken fully. The ruins no longer felt like shelter. The soldier knew the moment the child revealed its truth. Their time of hiding was over. Both sides would come for them, humans and aliens alike. Neither would allow the last heir to live freely. He lifted his rifle and checked the magazine. Half empty. His armor was scratched, his legs still bleeding from the tunnel fight. But he did not care. He had promised. The alien child sat on the ground, glowing faintly. Its small hands shook, but its eyes were steady now. They are coming, it whispered. The soldier frowned. How do you know? The child closed its eyes. I can feel them. My people, your people, both search for me. Almost as if to confirm, the night outside roared. Engines thundered. Red beams swept across the ruins. Shadows of soldiers moved in the distance, their voices echoing through the broken streets. The soldier cursed under his breath. We need to move now. He pulled the child up into his arms and left the shattered building. The streets stretched before them. Long, cracked roads filled with rubble and twisted metal. Fires flickered in the distance. Every corner could hide death. The soldier ran low, keeping to shadows. His boots crunched softly against debris. The child held tightly to his chest, its glow dimmed as much as it could. Behind them, voices grew louder. Human soldiers were closing in. And above, alien ships circled, dropping drones that scanned with piercing red beams. The city had become a cage. They will not stop, the child whispered. Neither will I, the soldier answered. A drone swooped overhead, scanning the street. The soldier ducked into an alley, pressing against the wall as the beam passed. He could hear the hum of its engines, feel the vibration in his bones. For a moment he thought they were safe. Then came the shout. There! By the alley! Human soldiers burst into view, rifles raised. The soldier turned and fired without hesitation. His bullets tore into the first soldier, sending him crashing to the ground. The others ducked, firing back. Sparks flew as rounds hit the walls. The soldier sprinted, carrying the child deeper into the alley. bullets whizzing past his head. The child clung tighter. "They are many," it whispered. "I've fought worse," the soldier growled. But he knew the truth. He was one man. They were many, and worse. This time he was not only fighting humans. The ground shook suddenly as a shadow fell across the street. A massive alien walker descended, its metallic legs crushing rubble beneath it. Its weapons glowed with deadly light. Alien soldiers followed, their strange armor gleaming. The human soldiers froze, caught between enemy fire and their own orders. But the aliens did not hesitate. They opened fire, energy beams slicing across the street. Humans screamed as they fell. The soldier used the chaos. He ran, slipping through a broken doorway into another ruined building. Dust choked the air as walls collapsed around him. He stumbled but kept going. Behind, the battle grew wild. Humans and aliens killing each other in the dark streets. Yet both had the same target, him, the child. "Why?" the soldier hissed as he pushed through debris. "Why fight each other when they both want you?" The child's voice was faint. "Because each side wants me for themselves, to control me, to use me. That is why I must not be taken." The soldier gritted his teeth. "Then I'll make sure of it." He burst out the back of the building into an open square. Moonlight shone on broken statues and shattered vehicles. Too open, too exposed. But there was no choice. He sprinted across, the child in his arms. A sudden blast struck the ground near him. The shockwave hurled him forward. He hit the rubble hard, pain exploding through his body. His rifle skidded away. The child cried out, "Human!" The soldier forced himself up, coughing blood. His ears rang. Through the smoke, shapes appeared, both human soldiers and alien warriors moving into the square from opposite sides. For once, they did not fight each other. Their eyes, their weapons, all locked on him and the child, trapped. The soldier staggered, grabbing his rifle, pulling the child close. His chest heaved, but his eyes burned with fire. "Stay behind me," he whispered. The child trembled. "You cannot win." "Maybe not," he said. "But I'll fight until my last breath." The soldiers closed in. The air shook with the hum of weapons charging. The soldier raised his rifle, ready to fire, ready to die. And then the child screamed. Its glow burst into a blinding light, brighter than any fire. The square flooded with energy. Soldiers on both sides shielded their eyes, stumbling back. The ground trembled. The air burned. The soldier shielded the child with his body, but the light did not harm him. Instead, it wrapped around them both like a shield. He looked down, eyes wide. The child's skin glowed like living fire, and its voice echoed with power beyond its small body. "I told you," it whispered, voice trembling with both fear and strength. "If you die, I die too." The light pulsed, pushing soldiers back, bending metal, cracking stone. Both human and alien forces hesitated, stunned by the force. The soldier held the child tighter, his heart racing. Whatever power lay inside it, it was only beginning to awaken, and now the whole world would know. The chase was far from over. It had only just begun. The square was silent now, but not from peace. Both human soldiers and alien warriors stood back, their weapons lowered but ready. None dared step forward after what they had just seen. The alien child's power still lingered in the air like lightning after a storm, burning, alive, dangerous. The soldier stood in the middle of the ruins, rifle in one hand, child in the other. His chest rose and fell with heavy breaths. His wounds bled, but his grip never wavered. He had made his choice long ago, and yet he knew another was coming. Above, the sky thundered with ships. Commanders from both sides gave orders. Drones circled, cameras scanning, recording. Soon the entire war would know the truth. The alien queen's heir had survived, and the human soldier who carried it was now branded traitor. The child's glow dimmed, fading until only a faint shimmer remained. Its small body slumped against his chest, exhausted from the burst of power. Still, its eyes lifted to meet his, filled with fear and sadness. "Human," it whispered weakly. "They will not stop, not now. Not ever." The soldier glanced around. Human commanders shouted for him to hand the alien over. Alien leaders roared for the heir to return. Both sides promised safety, promised victory, promised peace, if only he would give the child up. His grip tightened. His heart burned. He knew what those promises meant. Lies, chains, death. One human officer stepped forward, his voice carrying across the ruined square. "Soldier, you are outnumbered. Surrender the creature, deliver it to us, and you will be forgiven. Disobey and you will be executed for treason. The alien commander on the opposite side shouted too, his alien tongue sharp and guttural but the meaning clear. His translator device turned it into human words. Return the heir. Give the child to us and your death will be swift and honorable. Resist and you will be torn apart. The soldier said nothing. His rifle pointed at the ground, but his eyes scanned both sides like fire. The child's voice shook. You must choose them, or me. The soldier knelt, bringing the child closer, his voice low but fierce. No, the choice is not between you and them. The choice is between keeping my promise or breaking it. And I do not break promises. Tears formed in the child's glowing eyes. If you keep me, you will die. The soldier touched its shoulder gently. Then I'll die holding you. The silence broke when shots fired. Energy beams struck the ground near him, soldiers trying to scare him into surrender. Dust and smoke rose. Voices shouted for him to yield. The soldier stood tall, lifting the child into his arms again. His voice carried across the ruins, strong and unshaken. I will not give the child to either side. It is not a weapon. It is not a prize. It is a life, and it is mine to protect. Gasps echoed, even among the soldiers. Some lowered their weapons in disbelief. Others shouted in rage. The alien commander bared his teeth. You are a fool, human. That child will bring death to your species. The soldier's jaw tightened. Maybe. Or maybe it will bring something better. But it will not happen in your hands. Or theirs. He gestured toward his own commanders, who shouted in fury. Both armies bristled, weapons raised again. The soldier knew he could not hold this standoff forever. Soon they would attack. And this time neither side would hesitate. The child pressed its forehead against his chest. You should leave me. I will slow you down. I will bring only death. He closed his eyes for a moment, pain deep in his heart. Then he whispered, steady and calm, You are wrong. You bring me purpose. And purpose is stronger than fear. The child trembled, but a faint glow returned, soft and warm. Forever, you said. Forever, he repeated. Then the sky split open. A massive ship descended, larger than the others, its engines roaring like thunder. Light bathed the ruins as it hovered above. Both armies stepped back, fear in their eyes. The ship was neither human nor alien. It bore symbols unknown, strange and ancient. The soldier stared upward, his grip on the child firm. He did not know who commanded this new ship, but he knew one thing. This was the true danger, the one both sides had feared. The child gasped, its glow flaring. It has come for me. The soldier's heart pounded. His choice had been made, but now the cost would rise higher than ever. He raised his rifle, holding the child close. Then let them come. They'll have to kill me first. The sky burned with light as the massive ship descended. Its engines shook the ruins, its shadow swallowing both human and alien armies. For a brief moment, the enemies who had been ready to kill each other stood frozen, their weapons lowered, their eyes fixed upward in fear. The soldier tightened his grip on the child. The strange ship bore no flag, no symbol he recognized. Its hull glowed with ancient lines, alive like veins of fire. This was no ordinary vessel. It was something older, greater. Perhaps the very force both humans and aliens had whispered about in their darkest councils. The alien child trembled in his arms, its glow rising again. It has come for me, it whispered. This ship belongs to those who made us, the first ones. They will not let me live free. They will take me and use me or destroy me. The soldier's heart pounded. He had fought men, machines, and monsters. But this was something beyond war. Yet even as fear pressed on him, his promise echoed louder. Forever I will. The ship's belly opened and beams of light rained down. Figures emerged, tall and faceless, armored in shapes that shifted like liquid metal. They moved without sound, without hesitation, stepping between the human and alien armies as if both were nothing. One of the beings raised its hand. Its voice echoed in every mind at once, neither male nor female, but vast, eternal. The heir must come with us. It was never meant to belong to humans nor to aliens. Give the child and you may live. Resist, and all of you will die. The human commander shouted for the soldier to comply. The alien leaders screamed the same. For the first time, both sides agreed on one thing: surrender the child. The soldier stood in the center, rifle in hand, child in arms, surrounded by enemies and now by gods. His body trembled, but his voice did not. No, he said, The faceless figures turned their glowing eyes toward him. "You dare deny us?" "I dare," he growled. "Because this child is not a weapon, not a prize, not a thing to be owned. It is alive, and it asked me to hold it. So I will, forever." The beings moved closer. The ground cracked under their steps. Energy shimmered in the air, enough to turn stone to dust. The child looked up at him, tears glowing on its face. "You cannot stop them. Not even you." The soldier knelt, lowering his head to meet the child's gaze. "Maybe not, but I can stand. And if I fall, I'll fall holding you." The child's glow flared brighter, pulsing with his words. Its small hands pressed against his chest. "Then I will not be afraid. If you fight, I fight too." The faceless beings raised their arms, light gathering like a storm. Human and alien soldiers scattered, terrified, some fleeing into the ruins. The soldier, alone in the center, lifted his rifle. His jaw tightened, his body steady. "Then come," he whispered. The light struck, but instead of burning him, it bent. It curved, split, and shattered. The child's glow burst outward, wrapping them both in a shield of living fire. The faceless beings staggered, their forms flickering. The ancient ship trembled, its engines howling like beasts. The soldier held the child close as the energy swirled around them. He could feel it, the bond between them, the promise he had made becoming something greater. His love, his defiance, his humanity, it fed the child's power. The child cried out, its voice echoing through the ruins. "Forever he will." The light exploded, a wave of pure force sweeping across the battlefield. Human and alien soldiers were thrown back. The faceless beings screamed without mouths, their bodies breaking apart into dust and shadow. The massive ship above cracked, its glowing lines shattering like glass. In moments it was gone, vanished into the night sky, leaving only silence behind. The soldier gasped for breath, falling to one knee. The child clung to him, its glow fading again, but this time not from weakness, from peace. The battlefield was quiet. Human soldiers stared at him in shock. Alien warriors lowered their weapons. None moved, none dared speak. They had all seen it, the soldier who defied gods, who stood against armies, not for power, not for victory, but for a promise. The child lifted its face to his. Its eyes glowed softly, filled with tears. "You kept your word. Human, you held me. You did not let go." The soldier, exhausted, bleeding, still smiled faintly. "Forever," he whispered. "Forever I will." The child rested its head against his chest, and for the first time since its mother's death it felt safe. Truly safe. The soldier rose slowly, the world watching in silence. He carried the child in his arms, walking past human and alien alike. None stopped him. None dared. The war for this moment was broken. Not by guns, not by fleets, but by the choice of one man and the life of one child. As they disappeared into the shadows of the ruined city, only the echo of his promise remained. Forever.